We'll move on, and of course there's opportunities to talk to Shoaib but during our breaks. So introducing two people from Hort Innovation, the co-funder of the project that you've just heard about, as well as our comms project. We have Andrew Francy and Louise Pahivi, if I said that correctly, two senior managers from Industry Services who are going to give a little bit of feedback on some industry responses to how this project is performing in terms of value add for growers. Thanks, Andrew.
Thank you. Well, first of all, thank you for attending today. I know I've been based in vegetable production and mango production for most of my life, so I know how important it is to come to these sessions, but also the time it takes out of your operations and the commitment it makes to come to these days. So thank you very much. We'll rip through this. The perspective I want to give is, before we get on to the research project and our evaluation, is what else we're doing in Hort Innovation that can help the pistachio industry over and above the Pistachio Fund, because we are doing a few things. So I'll give a couple of examples on that. Firstly, our role is predominantly two things. One is to stand with you and listen to your challenges and opportunities, and that's what we're here today to do. We've got Dion here, who's our head of funds and investment, who's looking after the money. Blue looks after our industry services team. We've got our Mildura representative here, Nicole, and I'm not sure if Gemma's still here, but Gemma is looking after the pistachio industry as our senior industry services manager. Our two roles is to listen to your challenges and then to work with PGAI and yourselves on developing the right projects to deliver a difference on farm. So that's our focus. Australian horticulture is growing. We grew 700 million last year, and it's driven by probably two things: population growth and export growth. And pistachios does play a key role in that, and we saw the consumption opportunity with pistachios spoken about earlier this morning. There's certainly some challenges and headwinds with consumption. We're seeing vegetable consumption decline slightly. We've seen fruit consumption come up slightly. Nut consumption overall is sitting about half of its target. And pistachio household penetration was up a couple of points last year, but that's an on year. At Hort Innovation, we certainly see the opportunity in consumption. So when I think about consumption of pistachios, I think about worldwide demand. Obviously, there is an opportunity there to keep driving consumption to fill that gap of the supply that's coming. And that's sort of an overall perspective that we've seen right across, particularly a lot of the nut industries. And the nut industries is driving a lot of the growth in Australian horticulture. I've spoken about our role, so I'll click through that. And the pistachio industry is one of 37 industry funds that we look after. Louise's team looks after those 37 industries. We invest two ways. One through the Levy Fund, or the Collective Industry Fund for Pistachios. And last year, the Pistachio Fund invested in $232,000 worth of projects, predominantly the research project that you just heard about and the extension project. The other way that we invest is in our Frontiers Co-Investment Fund. And a large proportion of that co-investment fund is dealing with the major challenges across horticulture, and one of them that we're seeing is input costs falling productivity or flatlining productivity in horticulture and across agriculture. So we're doing a lot of work in our Frontiers Co-Investment Fund in that area. We think there's a $1 billion per year opportunity to unlock in Australian horticulture through productivity. So we currently run in Australian horticulture between 0.5% and 1.5% productivity growth every year. Certainly not the worst, certainly not the best. The long-term average is about 2.5%. So we've got a job to do in Australian horticulture on reigniting productivity. We're seeing a lot of the opportunity come through now with technology that 5 years ago wasn't anywhere near commercialisation. Now it is. We just had our AgTech field day up in Gatton, where we brought technology from Europe, the US, from South Africa and Australia. And what we're focusing on at Hort Innovation is bringing technology to growers that is ready to be commercialised versus developing from the ground up. There's a couple of examples that we're working on in our Frontiers Fund that is over and above the levy. The first one is BioScout. That's an investment that we've gone into. BioScout is a real-time monitoring system looking at diseases in the air on farm. So it can give horticulture growers real-time data on disease information coming into their property so that you know what to do, what to spray, when to spray, way more accurately than you ever had before. So that's real-time data. So we've invested in BioScout. And really we've invested in them to ensure that Australian horticulture get the benefit. They're working right across agriculture. The second thing is a nut automation project with Blue White Automation. They're a US automation company. What they do is put automation into existing tractor systems. So we're looking at them on applications and automating mowing, for example, orchard spraying are the two key ones that we're building investments with them on. We'll be trialling that on almonds, macadamias and pistachio farms. So that's something to look out for as that development progresses over the next couple of years. So we're right into that one. So that gives you a short snapshot and summary of what we can do over and above for the pistachio industry, and there's a few more examples from that, so I'm happy to talk to you all in the break about what else we're doing. What I'll do now is hand over to Louise to lead us in the morning tea, which is on the evaluation of the R&D project.
Morning everybody. So as Andrew said, my name's Louise Pahivi. I'm the Head of Industry Services for Hort Innovation. I'm here today to really share some information about our evaluation. Zell, who's our R&D manager, who's in charge of this project, had asked me to share this information with you. Zell will be here from sort of late morning and really happy to field any questions or more information if you need it. So I think Dr. Shah did a wonderful job of giving you a bit of detail about what we've been working on in this project. But fundamentally, my role here is to share with you some survey results that we carried out very recently. But for anybody who sort of wants a small recap on this project, this really is about delivering knowledge and improving on-farm practices, ultimately to provide results and gains in productivity and capability. I'll sort of skim past the detail of the projects because I think Dr. Shah did a wonderful job of letting you guys know where some of that work is at. The way in which we're trying to deliver the results from this project are through a number of different mechanisms. I won't read through those verbatim, but things like the Chill newsletter, the PIC groups, and various sort of benchmarking reports and other field days. So why does the survey matter? Why is it important? Because we really need to hear from the people that we want to be using the information that come out of these research projects. on is it working well, is it delivering the outcomes, is it actually delivering things that can be implemented on the ground, and if not, where are those gaps, where are the opportunities for us to improve what we're doing. So we're sort of at the midway point. This project started in 2023 and it's built off the back of 20 years or so of R&D work that has been done previously, and building on that and adding new initiatives to address any challenges. So it's really about what are you telling us about the implementation of the activities that Dr. Shah went through, and how are we improving knowledge, confidence, orchard management, and ultimately productivity. So just to share a few results from the survey. I'm not sure whether that's difficult to read at the back there. We had about a third of growers respond to the survey. So I would say the results overall are encouraging. I won't read through all those stats, but I'll maybe just pick off a couple. So the three things that we were looking for feedback on is how aware are growers and the industry of the program? What level of engagement have you had with the activities and the initiatives, and have you implemented anything? So we had about 90% say they were somewhat or very familiar with the program and the project. About 75% have attended either events or accessed newsletters or PIC groups. And from a point of view of implementation, around 90% said they'd implemented some of the research recommendations. So I think overall the feeling is the results are encouraging, but we really want to hear more. So we're taking that survey information, and it's been discussed at the R&D committee, and they'll look for gaps and opportunities and what we can be doing better. But this is also another opportunity for us to get feedback. So we'll have Zell here today. Zell is based in the area. Nicole, another one of our ISM team, she's based in this area. And we're really happy to get any other further feedback on this. There are a couple of verbatim comments there from the survey. I won't read them out, but that sort of leads to the so the encouraging feedback we've got so far. But definitely, I'm sure there is more we can do to improve. So we're still listening. We still want to hear feedback, and I would just encourage anybody who's got any information or any feedback for us to keep improving this program to please reach out to one of our team. That's me.
Thanks so much, Andrew and Louise. So are there any questions around the project? Yep. Or should we just move straight in? If there's anything you'd like to ask, then I think morning tea is a really good opportunity, and you can have some one-on-one conversations if you want to give feedback about the research program that's coming out of this investment, and indeed the communications and extension project as well. So let's have morning tea.